Hello guys, welcome to this channel. In this video, we're looking at the situation on the Angwan Rukuba attacks. I'll also be showing you what people are saying about terrorist attacks in Nigeria. Now, we don't know what the government is really doing, but could there be some information that they're not releasing to the public? Just watch till the end of this video and you may just have a clear understanding of what's actually going on with insecurity in Nigeria. And don't forget to share, like and subscribe to our channel on your way out.
As the people of Angwan Rukuba was feasting in preparation for the Easter, there was an attack. And the attack have left a lot of scores, including pregnant women. Please move! Move! I want to see the pregnant woman. What's wrong with you, man? Bro, move from there. This is a pregnant woman on the ground. Everybody here, their name is written on their head. I can count at least 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. And there are still more people in the car. Now, this is what I want to say. While, listen to me. The Minister of Defense, I was surprised when you left your duty to secure lives and property and you were busy campaigning. I saw you wearing an APC cap. Is that your role? No. Is that the role of the minister? No. The Minister of Defense, who is supposed to be strategizing to protect people's lives, is campaigning. I've never seen that in my life. As I speak to you now, today that this thing happens, stay here. Today that this thing happens, they will do the usual thing. They will send army, they will send police to make you feel safe. But after a few weeks, they will go, and these people will come back again. I overheard the Chief of Army Staff saying that bandits, Boko Haram, that they are also part of Nigerians. People that are killing Nigerians every day without remorse. Instead of you to protect us against them, you are giving them amnesty. You are saying you want to rehabilitate killers. You are saying you want to rehabilitate killers. These are people that have killed families and generations. These are people that have pursued people from their generational homes. All in the name of what? As we speak now, the president is supposed to be here. But what are they doing? They are campaigning for 2027. In as much as we don't want this to be political, but at the end of the day, what are they doing? I'm telling you, the people of Angwan Rukuba, if you don't stand up for yourself, it is about that time that you stop, listen to me. If you can gather anything, I know if I say this now, they'll say I am encouraging violence. But to protect yourself, violence is the only way. I am telling you, if you can get knives, if you can get hunter's gun, if you can get anything to protect your land, protect your land. Don't listen to the government that they will come and help you. They will not. Anybody you see that's not from here, anybody that looks suspicious, before they get you down, get them down. Listen to me. If you keep quiet and wait for the government, just, no be the first time it happen, no be the second time, no be the third time, no be the fourth time, no be the fifth, no be the sixth. We don't lose count. No be today start. It don't pass 15 years when they keep people for just. Even before I start to get sense, they don't keep people for just. The question we ask the government is, when does this stop? When will it stop? Tinubu, when will it stop? You promised us security, but nobody is secured. It is so sad. A pregnant woman on the ground, she don't go like that with the picking where this happen.
The security issue is becoming, is growing and is becoming much more sophisticated. But then, it is something that can be handled. Our soldiers have not been empowered. I give you an example. I asked one of the military officers, why are you not confronting the terrorists since you know their location? They will always reply and say, we have not been given a command. Where they cite the terrorists and they want to take an action, they will get an immediate call, don't act. Who is the person that is giving that directive? I give you an example to what happened recently. that the terrorists were advancing, the community alerted the security agents. And in less than 24 hours, there were military officers that were guarding the community. But in 24 hours, the military officers were withdrawn from the community. And so the citizens were allowed to defend and fight for themselves. And that was how that village was burnt down. Innocent lives were killed. That is beyond the yellow water issue. So what we are saying, the church is in pain because of the number of innocent lives we are losing every day. One Sheikh Gumi, threatened. He threatened. Now, this thing is in the public view. He threatened this Christian community of what is going to happen after the Salah. Why did not the security agents pick up such a man? Why do they allow him to be roaming the streets? So what we are asking the government to do is we must face this crisis and face it head on. Two, our military men should be empowered. You know where they are. You know where they are. And as a people, we are asking that it's time for state police. And state police should be now.
We believe in one ideology for the sake of the dead, not by sickness on the ground of genocide. I stand today to mandate all the youth that the issue of peace has passed. Since we have discovered my background as a youth leader, I grew up being born and brought up from Angwan Rukuba. We believe in one ideology for the sake of the dead, not by sickness on the ground of genocide. I stand today to mandate all the youth that the issue of peace has passed. Since we have discovered every day and then innocent souls has been slaughtered without any reason, continuously. As a leader, I'm telling us from today, the issue of peace and unity, we should keep it aside. Anybody that doesn't like peace and unity, he should not touch a single soul from today. If we encounter anything related to this, even a single soul, mark today's date. Based on the ideology in which I grew, we believe on nobody will slaughter our parents again. Nobody will slaughter innocent souls from today. No child will be slaughtered on the plateau from today. Please, it's a stand without any fear. If you like, you tag your name, Boko Haram, insurgency, Malaysian army, Fulani herdsmen. You are all the same. On the plateau, there is no room for you. There is no room for you. From today, all the youth leaders, if you know that you are a youth leader, you come close. You are not being given this mandate to go and sit down. The reverend have said something. I'm being born and brought up in Angwan Rukuba. I don't drink. I don't smoke. Deliberately, as a leader, if you are coming in Genka, please, we must stand on that mandate. Nobody will take us unconsciously. From today, Matasa, Bakuka.
The government knows every tourist by name and by location. I don't go yellow. I don't go to the terrorists alone. I call the police, I call the security, everybody. I will go to the MES or that place. In fact, when we went to one terrorist, I went to even with women with me. Go to the bush. But when you didn't see it because the camera was not concentrated on it. I don't go hello. Look at it. These herdsmen that have taken arm. The victims, and the government, and they. and a vicious cycle of violence. The victims see them as what you said, terrorists, evil people. The government see them terrorists, evil people. But have you asked, how do they see the government and how do they see the people who are as victims? What do they see from them? What gives a man the heart, the courage to come in and kill people and kidnap people? What is the motive behind him? Because ordinarily, I said before 2009, these same people were just driving their cattle, passing towns or villages, doing nothing, not killing or kidnapping people. So what happened 2009 upwards? They became the monster we see. If you can answer that question, then you have a solution to our problem.
This is Angwan Rukuba. Yesterday around 7, just after 7, around 7:30 p.m., people were living their normal living here in Angwan Rukuba. Then some hoodlums, unknown gunmen, of course, they came and started shooting people randomly. They started shooting people. You know, this was a planned attack because people were trying. There is no how people will defend themselves because it took a lot, some minutes before the security men came in. Before then, so many people have been killed. So the community is very heavy today. Since yesterday, and as I'm talking to you now, no presence of government.
It's a disaster, which everybody know, because they took us unaware. And the truth is, Angwan Rukuba is one of the key part of the whole Plateau State. It's our heartbeat. And despite the fact that people were just involved in their normal activities, everybody is just doing his normal activities. We didn't knew. Before we knew, we started beginning shootings were just everywhere. And before you know it, a lot of people are down. And aside from those people that are down, the other ones are trying to rescue the other ones. They are being shot too. So the thing was, everybody was confused. And the major thing that caused this scenario, why people are having them much, is a lot of people were thinking that it's drugs. Because normally drugs used to come here and harass people. NDLA, they used to come here and harass people. So they're shooting people while it's drugs. So some people were even coming thinking that it's drugs, they're not going to be affected. So before they knew, once they step in, they shoot them, direct shooting. And before we know it, it was terrorists. And nobody can be able to recall who is that person. We don't even know who. So before people will come to for the other ones rescues, before we knew it, they followed through this way, trying to escape. And what they did there was, as they were moving, slowly, not even running, anyone they saw coming, they shoot and machete you down. That's what they did yesterday.
And the unfortunate aspect of it is that most of them are wearing half camo. That is the army clothes and a veil, this Hausa veil on their neck. And they were speaking Hausa and this Fulani language. Going down, spraying bullets on people, and other people are using machete. When they are going down in less than 10 minutes, they will now see army car. Like 2 Hilux just came, 2 bikers, 3 in 1, and give them cover. I was there, I think, one of the army nearly shot me on the leg. He missed and sprayed on the ground.
The army, Nigerian army.
The Nigerian army, and some of them.
Sorry, please, I will have to take you back a little.
Yes.
You said you witnessed that when they came down, some of them were shooting, some of them were using machete on people.
Yes.
Army came with their van.
Yes.
And gave them cover. What do you mean by giving them cover?
Yes. Army, Hilux, 2 Hilux came.
Nigerian army.
Nigerian army. When youth came out en masse in order to follow the attackers, on realizing that they are attackers, because 2 weeks back, NDLA came in, started shooting and arrest some people because of drug issue. And then when this one started, the boys thought that it was the same operation. Unknowingly, when we came close, we now realized that the setting of these people, they are not NDLA. Then we now gather the youth trying to move and follow these people. In less than 10 minutes, army car, Hilux 2 came and blocked the youth and started spraying bullets off. I think we packed so many things. We have facts on ground. We have things that we have packed that the army use. And the unfortunate aspect of it, we know the gun that army usually use, and some of them were using the DSS gun, that black short one, spraying up, beating youth, hitting youth. We are standing and they hit 2 of my youth. They take them down. 2 of my youth, the army, they are safe. For like 30 minutes to 1 hour, we are not able to pursue the attackers. Until when the attackers went off, they now left. Then
So when the attackers left, the army turned back.
They turned back immediately. They were shooting up, the attackers are shooting, still killing people inside the area. And they block the youth. They cannot enter that very area. Location.
These army people that you're talking about, as I was going to Angwan Rukuba, I saw some army men. Did you see any of those people in that place?
I did not see any single of them. And when they
have you ever seen? You are the youth president, the youth leader.
I'm the youth leader of the northern.
Of the northern plateau.
Yes, but born and brought up from the Angwan Rukuba.
Okay.
Yes.
Those
I
military
my
people.
leadership from Angwan Rukuba.
Those military people.
Yes.
Have you ever seen any of them in Jos before?
I've never seen them. Most of them, they are Fulani guys. They don't have name tag.
They don't have name tag.
Most of them, they are the same thing.
But they came with the army truck.
Army truck, 2 trucks and 2 bikes.
And you have never seen them in Jos before?
I've never seen the trucks. I've never seen their shape.
In Rukuba, they just murdered over 10 people. Innocent Christians. On Palm Sunday. Tinubu, where are you? As your people are slaughtered in the night. As you sit in Aso Rock and you do absolutely nothing. You allow your people to be killed again and again and again and again. When will it stop? When will you hear the cries of Nigerians, of Christians? You can no longer deny genocide. They're being slaughtered. And you say there's no issue. You will regret what you are doing.
Let me tell you something. Putting the picture of Alex Babir, he's far better than you. He identified himself with us. Look at in the hospital, even Muslims were affected. Whom you, Gumi, you used to bargain money from the federal government to compensate the terrorists, while Alex is here to tend the wound of those that have been affected by the people that you are giving money to them, negotiating on their behalf. What sort of religion is that? What sort of religion? So now you put his picture so that your terrorist people will lock him, will track him and kill him. Let me tell you, mark my word. Anything can happen to Alex Babir, I assure you in the name of the Lord Jesus Christ whom I serve, I release curse into your bedroom. You will never know peace. And I'm ready to face you. Put my picture in your program. We are preaching peace and you are preaching crisis.
When I was there last night, there were roughly 11 or 12 bodies. And by the time we come here today, it's almost tripled. There's 30 people that were killed. And it's pure evil. And I don't know how this can continue to be tolerated. It's evil. I can't even breathe in that room because of bodies, corpses that are just
Oh, God. Terrible. Yeah, you said something that was profound. The distance from the police station to the places people were killed. You want to say something about that?
It's like 20 meters. I mean, from here to there. So how can the attack happen for an hour or 30 minutes, however long? They're killing, shooting, killing people, machete. But then the police are nowhere to be found.
And they're all there today now in their uniforms.
Yeah, they have their tank, they're all dressed, they're all equipped, they're ready to go after the killing happens. It's like, what? Talk about corruption. You can't say that security and high leaders are not involved, because this is routinely happening. I can't tell you the amount of stories that I've heard of where people are given warnings. The security is alerted, and for hours no one comes.
When we were there was a young guy who was saying something to you. He said that the policemen locked the doors, stayed indoors while the killings were happening.
It's not a surprise. When evil reigns in a country and authorities partake in evil, it shouldn't be a surprise that these things are happening, but it has to be purified. It has to be purified because it can't continue.
No time while we're doing all of this, Sheikh Gumi is posting online about you.
Gumi is posting about me. Bashir Ahmed is posting about me. When have they condemned the killings? They haven't talked about me rebuilding villages. They haven't talked about me drilling boreholes. But then when I speak out against pure evil and terror, where innocent people are slaughtered, then all of a sudden Gumi comes from his grave.
We just thank God for what God is doing. The love of Christ in the heart of the Christians in America is coming to us. I see what Brian is doing. I see what Babir is doing. Alex, and let me tell you something. If you look at all these structures, the Fulani terrorists came into. When we say the Fulani terrorists, there are Fulani that are not terrorists. When we say Muslim terrorists, there are Muslims that are not terrorists. I'm not talking in respect of Muslim alone, but the terrorists in Islam. Gumi, you are challenging Alex because in the blueprint of evil agenda of some people in Islam, that our houses should be burned down, that we should never reconstruct the houses again. This place has been receiving attack almost 20 years back in this village in Dinsusu. Lohala is there across. There are many houses that were burned down by Fulani terrorists. As I'm talking to you, Alex is building the structures that was burned down. No room was standing. They have to uproot. Look at the other dilapidated structure that was burned down completely. Now these are places that have to be done. Then, Gumi, you are targeting Alex in your own presentation. Somebody that came from America representing brethren, helping us to build. What will I say about equipping the persecuted initiative that are also out to accept to help us with casualties that we are in the hospital? Come and see casualties at the emergency. In fact, one of my brother Muslim was there. He came to sell his property. He became a victim, but I thank God he was not among the dead people. God spare him from his own brothers that are chanting Allah Akbar to come and kill in the name of Allah. My fellow brothers and sisters, this land will never be for Islamic people. Somebody, God has raised some people to come and help us. We have many casualties. Basarakin is on walk. Walking. The corpses that were in the over 30 corpses. But yesterday I was able to count about 29. But my fellow brothers and sisters, we need your help. We need more people to come from America. And I'm praying for more Arab people that are swimming in oil, wealth. They should come to the north. Zamfara, Kasina, many Hausa people's houses we have been destroyed. Let them come and rebuild the house. After we finish here with Alex, by God's grace, we are going to build houses in Kasina, in Zamfara, and villages that has been destroyed.
So this is from an eyewitness and nobody else. Anyways, I just want to say sorry for your loss. I heard the governor said that they are not going to do a mass burial, and that they are going to give them a befitting burial individually. But the question we'll ask the government today is, when does it stop? Since I was a boy till now, I've been hearing about Plateau. The killing in Plateau, the killing in Benue. I've been hearing this.
Now
Since I was a little
26
boy.
cops now.
I have come to Plateau State more than 3 times in respect to insecurity. I went to Bokos. That one, they killed a lot of people, burnt their houses. I went to the other side of Bokos after like after a year. They did the same thing. We came back again, they did the same thing on different occasions. So the question we are going to ask, after Rukuba, where else? Where next? And are they still going to come back to Rukuba? And I also heard that there was a message that was dropped that they were going to attack you people. Is that true?
Yes, from social media, they send a message particularly that they are going to attack Angwan Rukuba after Salah.
And we have one content creator who says that.
His name is Danfo.
Danfo
He's a popular content creator.
He
promised in public
that he will come and they will attack after the Salah.
Yes.
The Danfo said he will attack.
Yes.
He will attack.
Yes. He's a content creator.
Danfo.
He's a northern content creator. His
okay,
name is Danfo.
We'll get
yes.
his information.
Danfo.
We'll put the information there on the video.
Exactly what happened.
And that's exactly what happened.
And the
Danfo.
security house. Yes.
Let me expose the secret of Islam. Using this government, that there should be no mass burial. Do you know why? Because in future, the Fulani will rise up and say we have been killed. Where is the evidence? They are using the government to block us from doing mass burial, because a monument of mass burials will defend us in the future. But if everybody take his corpse to his house, one day, when you say Fulani have killed you, Fulani will say, where have we killed you? Bring proof. If you are to take them to their backyard of your fellow that was killed by Fulani, they will say it's a lie. It's not Fulani that killed him. It is typhoid, hepatitis, or cancer. Don't lie to us. Okay, bring evidence of doctor's report. When will they follow people from one place to another? I'm telling my people, don't give up. Don't allow anybody to deceive you. Once you are killed in 1 second, in 1 minute, in 1 hour, many have died. Let them have a mass burial in one place. Future will vindicate us. The monument of Dogonawa is shaking all the lobbies. The lobbies that there's no genocide. We are proof that there's genocide. Now they're using the government to say there's no genocide. We should never have a mass burial. We should make a burial in different family so that they will have a say. The lawyers that represent Fulani will have a say. But let me tell you, all my people, no more individual burial. Whoever that will ever come out and convince you from this hour that you should never have a mass burial, they are agenda, the place, the implementers of Islamic agenda.
So basically, are you agreeing that there is no Christian genocide?
You see, there is no Christian genocide, but Christians still face Christians are killed, but not in a genocide form. Are Muslims killed? Yes, Muslims are killed. There's widespread insecurity in Nigeria. And this has been going on since the time of Yaradua. There are areas Christians are killed in the Israeli Middle Belt. There are areas where Muslims are killed, even in the Nambara. Muslims are killed. Just recently, a young lady Hebrew said they are not allowed to, as Muslims, they are not allowed to practice their religion, and the threat to their lives. The cool nations are as insecure. Yes, we are doing our mother, but say that a particular region or a particular tribe is targeted for genocide, like what happened in Rwanda. It was not like that. But the question is, do we need assistance? Here we need assistance. Why do we need it? We need it in training. We need it in equipment, that drone technology, intelligence. We need that, but not with a threat with a slogan. The American threat is, we are coming in to protect Christians. Are all the Christians victims of insecurity in Nigeria? No. We have Muslims too. And we also have to understand the dynamics of the insecurity before you can cure it.
Operation Safe Corridor does not provide amnesty just because you surrender. Operation Safe Corridor comprises 17 ministries, departments, and agencies, including the Ministry of Justice. It is the Ministry of Justice that screens and categorizes those that surrender and those that are arrested along the line of low risks and high risk and medium risk, as the case may be. So it is those low risks that are handed over to Operation Safe Corridor, that Operation Safe Corridor admit and administer de-radicalization and psychosocial therapy to them. So the criminal justice system is live and running its course. Hundreds of those that have been found guilty are serving different jail terms across different parts of the country. So the screening that leads to any client being categorized as low key before they are brought to Operation Safe Corridor is very comprehensive, encompassing every security agencies in the country.
Okay, Brigadier General, if I may just add to that, how many people does one have to have killed to be considered low risk or on the low tier? Because we are speaking of terrorists who have killed and maimed and abducted. So for it to be low tier, is it that maybe you only killed 5 people? Or you only killed 10 people? I'm just wondering how we arrive at that categorization that, this guy's level of terrorism was a little bit better than another person's level of terrorism.
Yes, let me inform you that those that are that come to Operation Safe Corridor, some of them have not even seen somebody killed in their life. Some of them, like I said, are abducted and they are made to run errands, fetching water, fetching firewoods, and going for different forms of different types of messages. And to ask of the criteria that categorize them, that is the exclusive responsibility of the Ministry of Justice, and they are doing that.
The people that we are forgiving through this de-radicalization are seen to go back to crime. They form the bulk of some of the fighting forces. In fact, they go back to their villages, they have skirmishes, and they reintegrate themselves into this because the de-radicalization, I do not see sort of like an economic throughput that will act as a measure from stopping them to go back into these vices. So why are we doing it if they just find their way back into the crime ecosystem? That's the second question, sir.
To the question of reintegrated clients going to their community and fomenting trouble and joining groups that are causing trouble, I think the reality on the ground does not support that assertion, Rufai, because Operation Safe Corridor has a structured and well-developed system of screening clients and providing the psychosocial and other forms of support we provide for them. And at the end of their training at the DDR camp, we don't just insert them into the societies like that. The reintegration is even done by the various state governments. We only provide the environment conducive for them to be reintegrated into their communities. From there, the state governments, traditional rulers, and other key leaders, including the security agencies at the local level, continue the monitoring of the clients, ensuring that their behaviors are inconsistent with the training they have imbibed at Operation Safe Corridor. So I'm bold to say that no member of clients that has left Operation Safe Corridor has been found to foment trouble in their various communities, cutting across Edo State, Akwa Ibom in the south to Ebonyi in the southeast, down to the north and other parts of the country, even including our neighboring countries like Niger, Cameroon, Mali, Burkina Faso, and others. So I think one of my reasons of being here is to put this record straight, Rufai.
Okay, General. Please, I'm happy you put it straight by saying you have community, state governments, religious leaders, traditional rulers checking them as regards their conduct. Do you have a monthly report by the traditional rulers, state governors, and all of that published of their conducts on a monthly basis, an appraisal on a monthly basis for them? Typed, documented reports on a monthly basis for all the people that went through DDR. And if it's there, can these case studies be shared?
Okay. Can I respond now, please?
Yes.
I think I would take this as a recommendation, Rufai, because that is the purpose of this engagement. Operation Safe Corridor is not a 100% foolproof, faultless entity. It's a work in progress. We are transparent, accountable, and open to suggestions like this. We always wait for reports of misbehavior by clients, which so far has not, is more like zero. So I think moving forward, I will take this, your recommendation, as one of the input to our processes by ensuring that the communities render monthly or quarterly report on the conduct of the clients, because we just assume that all is well, and since there has not been any adverse reports from the communities, we've not stretched it this far.
One, who owns cattle usually? Is it the Fulani or the cows dwellers? Who owns cattle? The Fulanis. The Fulanis. So 2009, the first thing that started was cattle rustling by some Fulani elements. Rustling their cattle. So they lost cattle. So in trying to protect their cattle, they get armed. Because you cannot live 5 minutes in the bush, forest without an arm. So in trying to protect the illicit cattle they became armed, selling their cattle and buying arms. So now that stimulated the black market of arm or gun running. There's people whose business is just to sell gun to wherever it is, gun and bullets. So that stimulated it, because Fulanis now are selling cows, trying to get arms. So after rustling their cattle, now they are armed without cattle. And now the military came in for the first time to fight cattle rustlers. This is what they tell us whenever we come. And they say we welcome them. But unfortunately, when they come indiscriminately, they are killing everybody. One soldier told me he himself has seen a genocide in the bush. Genocide of Fulani in the bush. Nobody's talking about it. And I've spoken with many news media. What I'm surprised, if I tell them a soldier told me there was genocide of Fulanis in the bush, no any news reporter or anybody is concerned about that, saying how can we expand this story and see, and let's go and even see the places. No, nobody is concerned about this genocide of Fulanis. Nobody. And when we go to the bush, in front of government officials, we go to say, yes, the military came in and they were killing us. So we have to use our guns that we are trying to protect our cattle now to fight back. So then we ask them, why do you attack villages then? Why? What has the villagers done to you? They said vigilantes. The vigilantes come from that village, they come and kill us. And they kill our women and children. So now if the vigilantes come and kill us from their village, we also go and attack their village and kill their women and children. You understand? It's a tit for a tat. It's an ethnic war. So what is the cure for an ethnic war? It's for a neutral voice to say stop. Let's see, how can you do reparation? How can you do a compensation? How can you bring peace between people who are fighting? So when you go to their side, they are looking at us as murderers, genociders. And when we look at them, bandits. So we said, you have to stop this. Moreover, you said you are Muslims. How can you kill somebody who has not killed you? So if the government has encouraged people like us, since this thing will have ended. During the last regime, they were not cooperative at all. They thought kinetic approach. I was just reading the secretary to the government was saying Buhari, if there's anything he wished that he was not able to tackle the insecurity. I said nonsense. Nonsense. When we're trying to get to him, to explain to him how to tackle it, he has barricaded everybody who doesn't speak his own language. So now, after he's dead, what is? The present government is trying hard to see it approaches the issue from two sides. Those who want peace, they encourage them, okay, go and have peace. But at the same time, it encourages those who want war to go and have war. But you see, the receiving end, that is the bandits. They see two faces of the government. One face coming to say we are coming to negotiate, and another face coming to fight them. So who do they believe?